gives soul to the universe, wing to the mind, flight to imagination and life to everything, says Plato. Let me introduce myself. I am Joseph Shane of grade 8 in St. Francis TSCC Senior Secondary School, Ashokapuram. First of all, happy Reading Day to all. We celebrate Reading Day as the death anniversary of Sri P. N. Panikkar. He established library all over Kerala. He put forward, let's grow by reading. Now let's bow our head for the prayer. I call upon Kumari Amida Marian for the prayer song.
There shall be showers of blessing. This is the promise of love. There shall be seasons refreshing, sent from the Savior above. Showers of blessing, showers of blessings we need. Mercy drop round us are falling, but for the showers we plead. There shall be showers of blessing, precious reviving again. Over the hills and the valleys, sound of abundance of rain. Showers of blessing, showers of blessings we need. Mercy drop round us are falling, but for the showers we plead. But for the showers we plead.
Thank you, Amita. Now it's the time to welcome you all for this special day. So that I would like to invite Kumari Hanna and Binu for the welcome speech.
Reading is like breathing in and writing is like breathing out. The more that you read, the more things you will know. The more that you learn, the more places you will go. A very good morning to one and all. Respected manager, Reverend Brother Wilson Kallungal, our dear principal, Ms. Bindu Kurian, administrator, Reverend Brother George Thomas, our academical coordinator, Asha ma'am, dear parents, teachers and my dear friends. It is my privilege today, being the National Day, to welcome all of you in this occasion. National Reading Day is an annual event that falls on the death anniversary of P. N. Panikkar, who is the father of library movement in Kerala, in order to encourage reading among the students. Books not only inspire us, but they also provide us knowledge. Anyway, before going any further, I am delighted to thank the presence of the personality that hardly needs an introduction. I welcome respected manager Reverend Brother Wilson Kallungal and our dear principal ma'am Ms. Bindu Kurian to this special occasion. Next, I invite our administrator Reverend Brother George Thomas and our academical coordinator Asha ma'am to this special day. Then I invite our dear teaching and non-teaching staffs on this special occasion. Now I invite all my dear friends to this special day. Reading is most important in our life because it is a habit that can make you a better person. Once again, I welcome all of you in this special day. Thank you.
Thank you, Hanna. Now I invite our librarian Shri Miss for the introductory speech.
One child, one teacher, one pen and one book can change the world, says Malala. Respected management staff, teachers, parents and my dear students, a warm good morning to one and all. As you know, today 19th of June, our state celebrates Reading Day in the remembrance of Sri P. N. Panikkar, the father of library movement. It's true that we are locked in our home due to COVID-19, but this is the best time to open to the wonderful world of books. Say goodbye to mobile games and tabs. Read at least one book in a week. There is no friend as loyal as book. Come, read and enjoy the world of books. Thank you.
Namaskaram. ഇന്നത്തെ പ്രധാന വാർത്തകൾ വായിക്കുന്നത് അഞ്ചാം ക്ലാസ്സിൽ നിന്നും അന്നമരിയ ഷിൻഡോ. പ്രധാന വാർത്തകൾ. വാക്സിൻ ഡോസുകൾ ഇടവേള നീട്ടൽ. സംസ്ഥാനത്ത് 30 ട്രെയിനുകൾ ഇന്നു മുതൽ ഓടിത്തുടങ്ങും. ഇന്ന് മുതൽ അൺലോക്കിലേക്ക്. കോവിഷീൽഡിന്റെ ഒറ്റ ഡോസ് വാക്സിൻ ഡെൽറ്റ വകഭേദത്തിനെതിരെ 61% ഫലപ്രദം. ലോക്ക്ഡൌണിന് ശേഷം സ്വകാര്യമെത്തുകൾ നിരത്തിലിറങ്ങി. ഇന്ത്യയിൽ കോവിഡ് കൃത്യത കുറയുന്നതായി കണക്കുകൾ.
സ്പോർട്സ് കോപ്പയിൽ പരിശീലന വിജയത്തിറക്കം വെനീസ്വലയെ 3-0 തോൽപ്പിച്ചു. 5 ഗോളുകളുടെ റെക്കോർഡ് ഹോളണ്ടും യുക്രൈനും. ഓസ്ട്രിയ നോർത്ത് മാസിഡോണിയയെ 3-1 തോൽപ്പിച്ചു. വാർത്തകൾ കഴിഞ്ഞു. നന്ദി, നമസ്കാരം.
Good evening. Welcome to COVID updates. I am Anna Angel. Lockdown strategy to be revised in Kerala. Restriction according to TPN. Kerala logged 7,719 was COVID cases, 161 death cases. I am Gia Matthew. Let us have a look at the major stories around the country. Union Minister Sri Ravi Shankar Prasad said that Twitter failed to comply with the IT rules of the country. So, it has lost the legal protection in India. India on Wednesday recorded over 62,000 new cases of the novel coronavirus along with 2,542 deaths due to infection.
CBSE Class 12 marking criteria to be announced tomorrow. Kerala University of Health Science asks students to undergo COVID test before exam. Professor Padma Rao, former HOD of Kerala University Malayalam Department, passed away. That's all for today. Thank you.
ഞാൻ 1ാം സ്റ്റാൻഡേർഡിലാണ് പഠിക്കുന്നത്. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും കഥ കേൾക്കാൻ ഇഷ്ടമാണോ? എന്നാൽ ഞാനൊരു കഥ പറയാം. എന്റെ കഥേന്റെ പേരെന്താണെന്നറിയോ? കുഞ്ഞക്കോഴിന്റെ വികൃതി. പണ്ട് പണ്ട് ഒരിടത്ത് ഒരു അമ്മക്കോഴിയും കുഞ്ഞു ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. കുഞ്ഞുകോഴിക്കാണെങ്കിൽ മഹാവികൃതി. ഒരു ദിവസം കുഞ്ഞുകോഴി കുളത്തിനരികിൽ കുളിർ നോക്കാൻ അപ്പോഴാണ് നമ്മുടെ സുന്ദരി താറാവ് മീനെ പിടിക്കുന്നത് കണ്ടത്. ഓടിച്ചെന്ന് അമ്മേ എനിക്കും താറാവിനെ പോലെ നമുക്കും താറാവിനെ പോലെ പിടിക്കാൻ പറ്റില്ല. അമ്മേന്റെ വാക്കുകൾ ധിക്കരിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് കുഞ്ഞുകൂടി കുളത്തിലേക്ക് ചാടി. അയ്യോ അയ്യോ ലക്ഷ്മി. തള്ളക്കോഴി അത് കേട്ടു ഓടി വന്നു. സുന്ദരി താറാവേ എന്റെ മകനെ രക്ഷിക്കൂ. സുന്ദരി താറാവിനെ കുഞ്ഞുകോഴിനെ രക്ഷിച്ചു. അപ്പോൾ കുഞ്ഞുകോഴി പറഞ്ഞു, അമ്മേ ഞാൻ അമ്മേന്റെ വാക്കുകൾ ധിക്കരിക്കേയില്ല. നന്നായി താങ്ക് യു.
ഒഴുകുമൂടയാടയിലൊളിയലകൾ ചിന്നി അഴകൂരുടലാർന്ന പോലങ്ങനെ മിന്നി മതിമോഹന ശുഭനർത്തനമാടുന്നത് മഹിതേ മമ മുന്നിൽ നിന്നു നീ മലയാള കവിതേ. ഒരു പകുതി പ്രജ്ഞയിൽ നിഴലും നീലാവും മറുപകുതി പ്രജ്ഞയിൽ കരിപൂശിയവാവും ഇടചേർന്നൻ ഹൃദയം പുതുപുളകങ്ങൾ ചൂടി ചുടുനേടു വീർപ്പുകൾക്കിടയിലും കൂടി പുഞ്ചിരി പെയ്താടു നീ ലളിതേ തുഞ്ചന്റെ തത്ത കവിതേ അഞ്ചിക്കുഴഞ്ഞഴിഞ്ഞാടു ഗുണമിളിതേ കുഞ്ചന്റെ തുള്ളലിൽ മണികൊട്ടിയ കവിതേ പലമാതിരി പല ഭാഷകൾ പല ഭൂഷകൾ കിട്ടി പാടിയുമാടിയും പല ചേഷ്ടകൾ കാട്ടി വിഭ്രമം വിഷവിത്തു വിതക്കിയിലും ഹൃദിമേ വിസ്മരിക്കില്ല ഞാൻ നിന്നെ സുരസുഷമേ തവ തലമുടിയിൽ നിന്നും ഒരു നാര് പോലും തരികിന്നെ തഴുകട്ടെ പെരുമായും പേരും പോവുന്നു നൃത്തം നിർത്തി നീ ദേവി പോവല്ലേ 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 ദേവി പോവുന്നു നൃത്തം നിർത്തി നീ ദേവി പോവല്ലേ 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 ദേവി. നന്ദി, നമസ്കാരം.
My favorite author. I have read the writings of many writers, but I like the writings of Rabindranath Tagore the most. He had a deep insight into human nature. He left his soul behind in the form of his works. He wrote a number of novels, plays, short stories and poems. All his writing advocate the Indian culture in all aspects. He won the Nobel Prize for his collection of poems, the Gitanjali. It made him famous throughout the world. His poems are full of beauty of nature, love of God and children. His song Jana Gana Mana is our national anthem. His novels Gora and Wreck are very famous. His short stories deal with touching human experiences. One cannot forget his stories like The Human Coming, Kabuliwala, Subba and the Postmaster. Tagore was a successful writer in every field of writing. He is beyond appreciation, beyond comparison. He was a versatile genius. His best works have been translated in too many foreign languages. He was a symbol of the true culture of this country. His name will continue to shine in the annals of history. In short, he was such a great writer as is born in a century only once in many centuries. Such writers prove to become light to the reading public. Thank you.
Hi friends, my name is Anne Elizabeth Anthony of grade 7. Biography of P.N. Panikkar. Puduvayal Narayana Panikkar is known as the father of the library movement in the Indian state of Kerala. The activities of the Kerala Grandashala Sangam that he initiated triggered a popular cultural movement in Kerala which produced universal literacy in the state in the 1990s. June 19, his death anniversary, has been observed in Kerala as Vayana Dinam Reading Day since 1996. The Department of Education in Kerala also observes Vayana Varam Reading Week for a week from June 19 to 25. In 2017, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi declared June 19 Kerala's Reading Day as National Reading Day in India. The following month is also observed as National Reading Month in India. Panikkar was born on 19 March 1 to Govinda Pillai and Janaki Amma at Neelamberu, India. In 1926, he started the Sanatana Dharmam Library as a teacher in his hometown. He was a teacher and his influence on society was much greater than many of his time. Panikkar led the formation of Thiruvidankur Grandashala Sangam Travancore Library Association in 1945 with 47 rural libraries. The slogan of the organization was Read and Grow. Later on, with the formation of Kerala state in 1956, it became Kerala Grandashala Sangam KGS. He travelled to the villages of Kerala proclaiming the value of reading. He succeeded in bringing some 6,000 libraries into this network. Grandashala Sangam won the prestigious Krupskaya Award from UNESCO in 1975. Thank you. Happy Reading Day.
Good morning, my dear teachers and my friends. Today I am going to tell a beautiful story. The title of my story is The Ugly Tree, written by Madbury. Once upon a time in a large forest, there are many different trees, such as mango tree, coconut tree, neem tree, banyan tree, etc. Among them, there was one tree which had a crooked trunk. It looked very ugly. Another tree says, "You are such an ugly tree." The poor tree was so sad and always thought, "Oh God, why did you make me so ugly?" One day, a woodcutter came to the forest and he saw the ugly tree, and he said, "This ugly tree is not used to me. I will cut the other straight trees, except to the crooked tree." On seeing this, the ugly tree says, "Thank God, my ugliness saved my lives." The moral of the story is we should never blame the God for our troubles. God has a reason for everything. Thank you.
Dalmore and Alex of class 12B here to say the review of the book which I have read recently. And the name of the book is 1,000 Splendid Suns. 1,000 Splendid Suns is set in Afghanistan from early 1960s to the early 20s. Mariam, a young girl in the 1960s, grows up outside Herat, a small city in Afghanistan. Mariam has complicated feelings about her parents. She lives with her spiteful and stubborn mother, Nana, while her father, Jalil, a successful businessman, visits Mariam. His only illegitimate son resents her limited place in Jalil's life. She wants to live with him, with his 3 wives and her half-siblings in Herat. She makes her wish known by asking Jalil to take her to see Pinocchio from her 15th birthday. But she never shows up to take her to the film. Mariam walks to the hut and finds Jalil's house, but she doesn't let in her. So she slept in the street. The next morning, Jalil's chauffeur drives Mariam home, where she finds their mother has committed suicide. Mariam has taken Jalil's home after her mother's funeral. Jalil's wife want nothing to do with Mariam, so they force him to let her marry Rashid, a widowed shoemaker in Kabul. At first, Rashid treats Mariam decently, but after she suffers miscarriage after her miscarriage, she abuses her both physically and verbally. It becomes clearly that Rashid is used only for Mariam in her ability to replace her son lost years ago. However, Afghani war against the Soviet dispute, Layla's childhood and both her older brothers leave to join the war. Layla seeks comfort for her best friend Tariq, a boy who is 2 years older than her. Just before Layla reaches adolescence, her parents receive news that both of their sons have been killed. A few years later, war reaches Kabul and bombs fall on the city regularly. A few years later, Layla gives birth to her son, Salmamai. Then one afternoon, to abuse and sadness, Layla is shocked to see a man standing at her front of the door, Tariq, and Layla spend afternoon together where Rashid is at work. Layla and Mariam realize that Rashid hired Abdul Sharif to tell Layla about Tariq's untrue dismiss so she wouldn't run away. She finds Rashid out of the Tariq comes out. He brutally beats Layla with shovel. Mariam killed Rashid. The next day, Mariam turns herself over to the Taliban and effort to clear the way of Layla to find sanctuary for herself and her children in Pakistan with Tariq. In Pakistan, Tariq and Laila married and finally began their life. Dreamed of being something years ago. With time, both Laila and children warmed to Tariq and they enjoyed their new life. But in September 2001, their happiness is overshadowed by news that United States has attacked by Afghanistan. Following from the UN nation, the condition of Kabul improved and Laila insists her family to move back so they can help rebuild city. They stop by Herat on the way to the Kabul, where Laila visits Mariam's old home and she is able to come to terms with her grief over Maria's execution. Laila and Tariq build a new life in Kabul. Laila becomes a school teacher at orphanage where ISIS once lived. And where Laila becomes pregnant and she decides that if she has a girl, she'll name her Mariam.
A word of gratitude is an essential thing. So that now I invite Kumari Sarah Gio for the vote of thanks.
A graceful and warm morning to our respected manager, Reverend Brother Wilson Kalungal, our principal, Ms. Bindu Kurian, our administrator, Reverend Brother George Thomas, our academic coordinator, Asha Ma'am, dear teachers and my dear friends. Last but not the least, all gather over here. It is my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks on this special day. Gratitude is not in the word but in the heart, which expresses it. I am so happy to be here to express our sincere gratitude towards you all. First of all, my sincere thanks to Almighty God for making today's event a grand success. Then I express my gratitude to our dear manager, Reverend Brother Wilson Kalungal, for your valuable support. Next, I wish to express my gratitude to our dear principal, Ma'am Miss Bindu Kurian. Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable support and encouragement. I also wish to express my gratitude to our administrator, Reverend Brother George Thomas. Thank you, brother. Our special gratitude to our academic coordinator, Asha ma'am, for your wholehearted support. Thank you, ma'am. Then I mention our special gratitude to teaching and non-teaching staff. Thank you each and everyone for your valuable support. Finally, I would like to thank our dear friends. You made this event more joyful with your wonderful performance. Thank you, my dear friends. Once again, a big thanks to each one of you who made this special day memorable for all of us. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Sarah. Reminding you once again, reading does not get over a day or a week. It's a lifelong process. I do believe very magical can happen if you read a good book. For saying, we have to wind up our program. Now I invite Kumari Ananya PS for the national anthem.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलति तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गादा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय जय जय